Hello friends! Last week I could still feel a hot breeze. My cheeks were still always a little bit pinkish and warm. I constantly woke up and had to blink several times to get used to the light coming from the outside. When I had breakfast, I would close a little bit the curtains so the bright sun could not blind me while I was drinking my coffee. When I took my walks in the morning, the trees were still green, gladly dancing to the beat of the wind. So when I woke up today with a chill and felt the crisp air coming from the window, I asked myself, did I miss the signs? No, it arrived unexpectedly. While I was drinking cold coffees, walking in my flip-flops, and complaining about the hotness of summer days, it suddenly and on time arrived on the 1st of September. Autumn is finally here. In a big entrance, like a main character in a play, it arrived thunderously. Taking me by surprise, the heavens began to fall while I watched amazed by my window. They were followed by the majestic roars of thunders. It swept me off my feet. I was in pure bliss, like a lucky and enchanted spectator in the front row of the audience, ready to applaud. Since autumn is ready for us, I decided to create the perfect ambience and setting to receive it with open arms. I will dedicate the next 4 videos to this beautiful season, either decorating, cooking, or creating some inspiring DIYs. I would love to have you as a partner in this journey of preparing and romanticizing this wonderful season that is autumn. So subscribe to ride this crisp, cozy, and gold train, eager to begin its journey. I am still surprised by the sudden arrival of autumn, since I was caught pretty off guard. In order to accompany the newcomer, I need to set myself in the mood. So I emptied the kitchen of everything summer related. Although it's pretty obvious summer has faded, since the temperature decreased quite hastily, and the sky seemed very timid, hiding behind the fog, that's not quite enough for me to feel in the fall vibe. Regardless of the heavy rain and the majestic thunders, I need more. So I decided to add some touches in the kitchen, since it's the room where I spend most of my time. I will be using some new items that came this year, but there are still decor in their way, since I was not expecting autumn to come so suddenly. Usually this is the time of year we have vacations. The weather is not wildly hot, and since it's not summer peak, booking a vacation home is cheaper, and the place is usually not crowded. This year we haven't booked anything, since my husband started a new job and won't have any vacation days to spend. I guess the weather is in sync with this New Year's reality. I always feel like the 1st of September is my New Year's Eve. Although people celebrate it on the 31st of December, it just doesn't feel right to me. Passing from December to January, nothing changes. The weather is exactly the same, cold and rainy, and you are still working as normal the day after. While in September, everything changes. Instead of bright blue skies, we tend to have gray ones with a mystic fog. Instead of a crazy busy wind, we have a crisp breeze. Instead of 100 degrees, we are in a comfortable 60s. The trees are no longer just one color, they begin to change. The leaves start to turn golden. And since each one has its own speed, they create a gradient of orange, copper, and gold. It's a sight to see. September is the time when I can start enjoying my hot tea and coffee. I can finally use what I have been growing in the garden. It's the time when I can store my diffuser and start using candles, because besides the wonderful scent, they emanate heat as well. I always feel more inspired in cold, rainy days, perhaps because there is no opportunity to go outside. So I try to find new ways to amuse myself at home. I have been so busy trying to stock up for fair, which didn't happen because of the weather, that I didn't have any time to do candles just for myself. So in the next few days, while the skies are still falling, I will be dedicating myself to that. It's the perfect time to do some scents like orange and cinnamon or pumpkin spice. I always wanted to try to use clay to make decor pieces, so this is the perfect opportunity. I will be doing some small clay pumpkins. Since I am feeling more creative, I have the urge to make decorations instead of buying them. I would also like to do some more signs for autumn. I will be using my Cricut Joy for sure. I will share all of my DIYs for autumn in the next vlog. I would also love to make a list of autumn books to read. I used to be a fervorous reader when I was younger. I would never go out without a book in my pocket. I would read standing in lines, on a bus, and sometimes even on classes at university. When I found a book that I really liked, it was almost impossible to put it down. But then I started working, and that changed. I guess I was caught up by a busy life and a fast routine. Now that I'm not working in an office, I try my best to slow down and enjoy the little pleasures I had lost, like sitting at a window with a good book and some tea, listening to the sound of heavy rain. It gives me so much pleasure. How was I so distracted by meaningless meetings, deadlines, rhetorical "how are you doing?" to not be able to sit down and relax. Just spending some time with myself. I also try to distance myself a little bit more from social media, unless I'm doing something meaningful. It's amazing how much time we spend on our devices catching up on other people's lives and forget to live our own. Time doesn't slow down, but you can. There is so much that you can miss if you don't live in the moment attentively. Slow living is not sitting around doing nothing or take forever to do anything, but it's not something unattainable or impossible either. It doesn't matter how busy you are. It's not an utopia that people invented when they don't have to work. It's a state of mind. It's the lost art of monotasking in order not to lose any precious moment and a sense of self. It's a state that we have to conquer with time and patience, educating ourselves and our minds to stop thinking that we have to do one thing on the top of the other. It's to embrace the idea that our usefulness is not measured by the quantity of tasks we completed that day, or staying late, sometimes not even being productive until the end of something. In my mind, it's the combination of giving the best of yourself, not losing your well-being in the process. Don't take me wrong, I'm not a master in this matter. I'm just a beginner in this journey, trying to implement small changes in my daily life, just to get to the first step of the stairwell. And I hope that you can too. I hope that no matter how busy you are, how overwhelmed you are, at least once a day you can stop and feel that although your chores may not be complete yet, you have accomplished and given enough to still have time for the things that give you joy and bring you love. Thank you so much for being with me today. I wish you a wonderful evening. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. First of all, I am sorry about my voice. I have been battling my first autumn cold, so I hope you are not too bothered by it. My name is Nina, and on the last vlog we dedicated ourselves to bloom our autumn vibe upon its grand arrival. And today we are going to taste it. We are driving into the cozy cinnamon-scented world of autumn. As the leaves turn golden and the air gets crisp, there's nothing quite like celebrating this magical season. But before we get to our autumn monologues, let's kick things off with a mouth-watering recipe for homemade cinnamon rolls that will warm your heart on a chilly day. While I am cooking, I can't help but reflect on the wonders of autumn. The world transforms into a kaleidoscope of warm hues as the leaves turn brilliant shades of red, orange and gold. It's like Mother Nature herself is putting on a grand show before the quiet of winter. Autumn signifies change. a reminder that nothing stays the same forever. It's a time for us to embrace the change in our lives, to shed what no longer serves us, and make room for growth and new experiences. And here is where our greatest potential for growth resides. So, as the leaves fall and the world around us transforms, let us also embrace our journey of change with open hearts, knowing that it's through these transitions that we become the most resilient and beautiful version of ourselves. Autumn, with its vibrant display of falling leaves and the gentle chill in the air, serves as a poignant reminder that change is an inevitable part of life. Just as the trees shed their leaves in preparation for the coming winter, we too must face moments of transformation and renewal. Life is a continuous journey of change. We experience the seasons of our existence, much like the earth experiences its cycles. Just as spring brings forth new beginnings, summer brings growth and abundance, and winter offers reflection and rest, autumn represents that transitional period where we must let go of what no longer assists us. It's in this letting go, this shedding of the old, that we find our greatest opportunities for growth. Much like the tree that releases its leaves, we often need to release old habits, beliefs, and patterns to make room for the new. It's only when we embrace this natural ebb and flow of life that we can truly transform ourselves. Facing change can be intimidating. I struggle a lot to embrace what it often feels like stepping into the unknown, like walking through a forest covered in fallen leaves with no clear path in sight. Change, my friends, it's the heartbeat of life itself. It's the force that propels us forward, that breeds new vitality in our existence. Yet, it's not always easy to embrace, for it can be as daunting as it is invigorating. It's during these moments that we must tap into our inner courage to truly live life to the fullest. We must be as courageous as the seasons of nature, changing with confidence from one to another. It's amazing to witness nature's incredible ability to reinvent itself. Leaves turn brilliant shades of crimson and gold, and the world takes on a new and captivating hue. It's a reminder that change doesn't signify an end. It signifies a fresh beginning. It has the power to inject our lives with a dose of thrilling excitement. It's the spark that ignites our curiosity, the catalyst for personal growth, and the gateway to uncharted territories. In life, as in nature, the arrival of something new can be also a cause for celebration. It might be a new job, a new relationship, a new place to call home, or a new hobby that piques your interest. These are the threads of excitement that weave the tapestry of our lives. They awaken our senses, reunite our passions, and challenge us to see the world through a different lens. Embracing change is not about ignoring fear. It's about acknowledging it and then moving forward in spite of it. It's about understanding that courage is not an absence of fear, but the triumph over it. When we embrace change with courage, we transform fear into fuel. We turn into the fire that propels us towards our dreams. the catalyst that fuels our determination to live life to the fullest. It's where innovation and creativity flourish, where we learn more about who we are and what we are capable of. It's exactly in those moments of uncertainty that we find our strength and resilience. Just as autumn leaves eventually find their way to the ground, we too find our way through change, guided by our inner compass and the lessons we've learned along the way. One of the most powerful ways to navigate change is to embrace it with an open heart and an open mind. Instead of resisting the inevitable, we can choose to welcome it as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. When we let go of the fear of the unknown and accept that change is a natural part of our journey, we can find beauty in the process. Embracing change also means being adaptable. Like the way the trees sway with the winds, we must learn to adapt to the shifting circumstances of life. This flexibility allows us to bend without breaking, to weather the storms of change with grace and resilience. Autumn also brings those cozy moments we cherish. It's the season for snuggling up with a good book, sipping hot apple cider, and spending time with loved ones around a crackling fire. These simple pleasures remind us of the importance of slowing down and finding warmth in our hearts. With its crisp air and gentle rustle of leaves underfoot, is a season that beckons us to slow down and savor the simple pleasures of life. It's a time when we find ourselves drawn to self-serving moments that sometimes remind us of the beauty in simplicity. As the days grow shorter and the nights become longer, there is nothing quite like the feeling of snuggling up with a good book. The sound of rain tapping against the window pane, a soft blanket draped over our shoulders, the aroma of freshly brewed tea or coffee filling the air creates the perfect ambience for an immersive reading experience. In these moments, the world outside fades away. We get lost in the pages of a story, finding solace and adventure in the confines of our imagination. Autumn is also the season for sipping hot apple cider, a comforting elixir that warms both body and soul. Each sip carries with it the essence of the season. The spicy sweet flavors and the warmth that spreads from within remind us to appreciate the sensory pleasures that life has to offer. And then there's the quintessential autumn experience of spending time with loved ones around a crackling fire. The flames flicker and dance, casting a warm golden glow that draws us closer together. It's in these moments that we forge connections and create lasting memories. We share stories, laughter, and the feeling of being truly present with one another. The crackling of the fire serves as a gentle reminder that life's most precious moments are often found in the company of those we hold dear. In these cozy autumn moments, we are reminded of the importance of slowing down. In a world that often moves in a frantic pace, autumn encourages us to pause, to breathe, and to find sanctuary in the simple joys that surround us. It's a time to wrap ourselves in the comfort of familiarity, to rekindle the bonds that matter the most, and to reflect on the beauty of the present moment. As we embrace the changing colors of the season and the cooler temperatures that nudge us indoors, let us also embrace these cozy moments that warm our hearts and nurture our souls. Whether it's through the pages of a book, the sip of a warm beverage, or the shared laughter by the fire, these simple pleasures are a gentle reminder that, in the midst of change, we can always find warmth and comfort in our hearts. So, as we revel in the beauty of autumn, let us remember the valued lesson that it offers us. The change is not something to be feared, but embraced. Just as the trees transform their foliage into a vibrant tapestry before they rest for the winter, we too can transform ourselves and our lives if we are willing to let go of what no longer serves us, adapt to the changes that come our way, and embrace the beauty of the unknown. Thank you for joining me on this autumn adventure, from baking cinnamon rolls to savoring the essence of the season. I hope you enjoy this vlog, and if you decide to make these cinnamon rolls at home, don't forget to share your creations with me. Until next time, embrace the beauty of autumn and keep spreading warmth and positivity. Stay cozy, everyone. Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. Today I am sharing with you a funny example of what happens when you are attentive to the world around you. I have lived in this parish for more than 10 years. It's not a village, but it's on the outskirts of the capital. It has nice gardens, playgrounds for children. So although it's not an oh-so-quiet place I wish to live, its beauty and value are not unnoticed by me. On the other day, I was taking one of my morning walks on a path that I had taken many times before, and I noticed that small bushes in the garden had little tiny berries on them. It took me several more passing bys until curiosity got the best of me, and I tried to find out what kind of bush and berries they were. I discovered that was an hawthorn bush, and the berries were usually used to make jelly, liquor, or wine. In Celtic mythology, It is one of the most sacred trees and symbolizes love and protection. It is also known as the fairy tree, as fairies live under the hawthorn, and so was treated with great respect and care. In terms of benefits, hawthorn is used to help protect against heart disease and help control high blood pressure and high cholesterol. I smiled to myself, a little bit embarrassed by my ignorance, but at the same time, thrilled and excited by this amazing new discovery. How is it possible that I've been living there for more than 10 years and never noticed this treasure? Since I am not a really good fan of wine, I decided to make some jelly. I searched for recipes and was torn between one with sugar and one with rice jelly, which is healthier. So in the end, why not? I made both. I have never made jelly before, and it's refreshing and exciting to discover that I still have many new experiences to uncover. This new way of living that I embraced has been much rewarding in this kind of experiences, and I am truly grateful for that. And here I am, in the midst of autumn's tender transition, finding myself immersed in the art of capturing the fleeting beauty that surrounds us. An art that takes the ordinary act of creating homemade jelly and elevates it to a poetic expression of the season's essence. The berries, resplendent in their autumnal glory, shimmer with shades of deep burgundy, burnished orange, and muted gold. They cradle our palms like polished gemstones, each one whispering the secrets of the season. With every gentle squeeze, we extract their essence, a silent communion between our hands and the earth's bounty. As the berries simmer in the pot, an enticing melody wafts through the kitchen, a symphony of fruity aromas, a harmony of sweetness and nostalgia. Time seems to pause in reverence, for this is a labor of love and patience, a dance where the berries, kissed by autumn's gentle sun, surrender their flavors to the warmth of the stove. The berries transform, releasing their vibrant notes into the air. We are enveloped by the fragrance of nostalgia, the sense of autumn past, and the promise of many more to come. It's a fragrance that whispers of cozy firesides and the rustle leaves in the crisp breeze. I've never used anything with rice jelly before. I tasted it and it has a sweet flavor, almost like honey. I am curious to see what differences these two jellies will unravel. The recipe is easy to make. Measure the quantity of berry pulp you have, and then add the same amount of sugar or rice jelly. And as we combine everything, it's as if we hear the stories of the land, carried by the steam and brought to life once more. The scents of autumn past mingle with the present, creating a unique bouquet of emotions. The sweet aroma of simmering berries reminds us of the comforting warmth of home-cooked meals. The spicy notes in the air evokes thoughts of cinnamon spice cider, and the deep earthy undertones transports us to the rustle of leaves underfoot during long autumn strolls. Finally, the moment arrives when we pour this liquid ambrosia into glass jars. The jellies turned out a little bit different. The one with the rice jelly is less sweet and more fruity, while the one with the sugar is really sweet and more dense. With each twist of the lids, we capture the very essence of the season, preserving it for the days when winter's chill beckons, and the taste of autumn's embrace becomes a cherished memory. The act of making jelly with autumn berries is a testament to the enduring romance between humanity and the earth. A love story narrated through the alchemy of a pot, the gift of seasonal fruit, and a timeless appreciation for the treasures of autumn. It's a reminder that amidst life's bustling pace, we can always find solace and wonder in the simplest acts, an act of love, a sip of autumn spirit, and a taste of nature's sweetness secrets, gracefully carried by the hands of time. Hello everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Last vlog I talked about the frantic pace that sometimes our world forces us to live. Usually I am the first one to wake up in the morning, which gives me the sweet pleasure to start the day gently and quietly. The silence of dawn gives me the opportunity to think and plan the day ahead while the world is yet asleep. Today I thought about the last time I did something just for myself. Between keeping my house a home, performing my motherly wife and mundane tasks, I try to remember when was the last time I had taken some time just for me. In a world that seems to be constantly in motion and interaction, I've often found solace in quiet moments, in the simple act of being alone with my thoughts. Since I was pretty on time with my tasks, I decided to gift myself with a slow-paced day. I'm what they call an introvert, and that's a label I've come to embrace, to understand, and to cherish. Being an introvert is not about shyness or an aversion to people. It's about where we draw our strength, where we find our peace. It's often found in the simplicity of solitude. It's in these moments where I can just be, when I can let my thoughts wander like leaves drifting in a gentle stream. There's a unique beauty in introversion, in the quiet rhythm of life. It's not about missing out, it's about savoring what's within. It's about feeling the cool breeze on your skin, hearing the leaves rustle in the trees, and appreciating the symphony of silence. There's a misconception that introverts are lonely or disconnected, but it's quite the opposite. In solitude, I found a profound connection with myself, with the world around me, and with the ideas that bubble up from within. Taking time for myself is my unique way of self-care. Nurturing your own well-being will allow you to become the best version of yourself, so we can be better partners, parents, and friends. As a mom and a wife, I've come to realize that my ability to care for others is deeply intertwined with how I care for myself. It's not selfish, it's essential. When I take the time to nurture my physical and emotional well-being, I'm not only replenishing my own energy, but also filling a reservoir that allows me to give more to my family. Positivity flourishes when I'm in balance. When I'm well rested, I can approach each day with a smile. When I've taken time to reflect and recharge, I bring a sense of calm to even the busiest moments. As a mom, I've learned that my child doesn't just listen to my words. She absorbs my energy. When I prioritize self-care, I become a more patient and present mother, capable of nurturing her growth and development. And in my role as a wife, self-care strengthens my relationship. It allows me to show up as a partner who is attentive, empathetic, and supportive. It's about creating a loving and harmonious home. It's a beautiful cycle, a dance of love and care. So, self-care is not just a glimpse into my life. It's a nod to the art of slowing down, of finding joy in the unhurried moments, and of showing that sometimes the best form of self-care is simply being alone, doing our things, and letting the world unfold at its own pace. When we take the time to be alone, to recharge our spirits, it's not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-preservation. It's like filling a well with the purest water so that we can offer it to others when they need the most. There is something truly liberating about embracing our introvert nature and recognizing there is no shame in it. It's a beautiful facet of who we are. It's a retreat from the world, our unique way of caring for our well-being, so we can become a better version of ourselves for others. So, my fellow introverts, know that it's okay to be you, to cherish the moments of solitude, and to shine brightly in the lives of those you hold dear. It's not selfishness. It's a self-love in its purest form. Very much in line with today's theme, my husband goes to bed later, as he is studying for a certification that he has an exam for tomorrow. So, I'm going to start the night just in the sweet company of my furry friends. Before you go to sleep today, I encourage you to think, what is your form of self-care? What makes you slow down and feel serenity? What gives you a feeling of lightness and tranquility? And when you did last enjoy a moment like that? If it takes you too long to think, it's because it's long overdue. So I challenge you to take that time to yourself and lay down a suitable time to do it. That's no more, I'm sure, than you deserve. Thank you for being with me today. Goodbye. welcome or welcome back. On today's foggy autumn day, I will be doing some octonal DIYs that I talked about on the last vlog. This means that today we will do some magic with Cricut Joy. I have 3 projects planned. The first one is to transform an old candle in a festive fall one. I bought this candle in a store and my husband hated the smell, so it's been closed in a cabinet for a little bit far too long. I will remove the leftovers of wax/paraffin since I don't know what is this candle made of. Clean it nicely, and later on, probably in another vlog, I will fill it with a marvelous fall scent. Still indecisive if I will make this one with orange and cinnamon or pumpkin spice. But once you see the makeover I'll do to it, I think you will guess which one. To begin, I will paint the pot in a more autumnal color. It looks like a sparkle gold. I think this will match very well with the remaining decor, filled with golden leaves and with white and orange pumpkins. The pot has some lettering in it and I will try to disguise them, applying a little bit more paint in the exact area. The second project is also to transform some old sign that I don't use anymore. First I will apply some cream paint so I can hide the lettering. And this, believe me, was not an easy process. Either the paint was a little bit transparent or the goal of the letters was really strong. I had to apply 4 coats in order to be the way that I wanted. Glad it worked out in the end. The next project is to add some grace to this plain wood. This is a door hanger for a knob, but you can actually just use your imagination and creativity and play around with it in the house. I was very happy to see that this one was a lot easier to paint, and it only took me 1 coat. Now you just have to keep them drying somewhere safe. I say safe because I have cats and a small and curious daughter. After that, we can begin with the next stage of the projects, which is the designs on Cricut Design Space. I will not get in much detail on how to configure, install, or working in general with the design space because I already have a video dedicated to that, but I will link it down below. In order to save some time and materials as well, I will combine everything I am doing to use in all of the projects in just one design, and I will separate them later on. I will use 2 colors, and this is the first one, which is a dark brown. Whenever I am choosing what I want to insert in the design, I always apply the filter for free content. I never bought anything for the Cricut Design Space. I just think they have enough for my creations. Besides, when you have too many choices, it's hard to make a decision, and this way I can also force myself to be more creative with what I have. First, I will insert a large pumpkin for project number 1, and I will add also the phrase that I will use on the second and on the third one. I change the font to the one that I want, always with the free filter. Since I don't pay for additional fonts, my choices are pretty limited. I remember years ago, I did a huge wall painting and wrote our wedding date with vinyl for my wedding with a beautiful lettering that no longer is available on Cricut Design Space. So I think that with time, Cricut is decreasing our options in order to force us to buy content. But I just keep strong and stick to my ground of not paying for more until all of my creativity is used up. Now we are ready to print. Since I am not using smart vinyl, I will need a mat. Pay attention to the size of the mat you have. Mine is 4.5 by 6.5 inches, which is 11.4 centimeters per 16.5 centimeters. Cricut has divided my project in 2 sheets, so I will need the mat 2 times. To make sure that you select the correct measures, you can check on the mat how many inches or centimeters it has. Now just place the vinyl on top of it and press go. The program will check if your Cricut Joy is connected via Bluetooth, and after that it will ask you to select which material you are using. I will select the first one, with card. Load the material. It will check if you inserted enough and start printing. And then we will print as well the second sheet. If you don't use smart vinyl, I will advise you to have more than one mat. If you are doing a bigger project, it's easier to have extra space to print all in one go. I don't know what happened, but unfortunately the first letter got damaged. But let's not panic. I will try to fix it while I am removing the excess vinyl. Now I will design and print the second part of the project. I will try to find some cute autumnal leaves, acorns, pumpkins, basically anything that feels like fall, and I think that it will embellish my project a little bit more. I will adjust the size of each one of them. And then, on the review of the project, I will make sure that they don't overlap and that they are inside of the red frame. This time, praise the Lord, I am using smart vinyl. So I will select that option and load the machine. Once Cricut is finished, I will start removing every excess vinyl. Usually I only work with smart vinyl, but this color was much cheaper in this option. And I have to say, I regret saving those extra bucks. Not only you have a higher probability of damaging the letters while printing, but also when you print in this form, the blade will cut a little bit the mats, and it will wear it out over time. So you will end up buying mat after mat after mat. When you use smart vinyl, you don't need a mat, so it will decrease your material costs. On the other hand, the smart vinyl is more expensive. In my opinion, it is worth it. The vinyl will come out easier, and you are not getting your hands sticked to the mat over and over again when you are working. Don't forget to remove the excess vinyl inside the letters. This is my favorite part of the project. Don't ask me why, it just feels very satisfying. Apply the transfer tape and start removing the vinyl. What you see now, it's what I also don't like in the matte vinyl. The letters don't come out as easily because the matte is very sticky. You will see me in a bit working with the smart vinyl and you will notice the difference. Look how effortlessly this one comes out, even though it has a lot of tiny parts. Nevertheless, I love the fact that I have the opportunity to do some of my home decor. It just feels so special to pass them by while I am at home and know that is something unique. And you don't have to pay a lot to have pieces that you really love. On the end of this video, I will show you a wreath that I did last year. Some that look alike are being sold on Etsy for $40, and I think I spent like 5 or 6 in that one. Of course, making your own takes a lot of work and patience. But if you are like me, someone that takes pleasure in a project that involves your hands, it will come out easily. I just feel it's very relaxing sitting around my dinner table, which faces a wall of windows, and watch the rain fall outside. And I have been waiting for autumn to do these DIYs. I am still very excited for the next ones. I always wanted to learn to work with clay. So me, my mother and my sister are going to attend a class this Saturday to learn how to mold clay and to do some pieces. After that, I will attempt on my own to do some cute clay pumpkins to use in my decor. I saw this idea on a vlog in another YouTube channel. In the middle of the pandemic, the vlogger was trying to ease her anxiety by finding something that relaxed her. So she inscribed herself in classes to learn how to mold clay. She did some cute pumpkins and even some amazing and useful items for the kitchen, like a pot for salt, for example. Since then, I was dying to learn as well, so I gave this idea to my sister, and for Christmas she bought me the class, and also for herself and my mother as well. I will let you know how it went, and I hope you stick around to see the small and cute clay pumpkins project. Now it's the final and the most fun stage of the process, putting everything together. If until now everything seemed a little scattered and abstract, by putting things together, our pieces will take shape and form. After I am done with each piece, I will apply some matte varnish. This will protect the vinyl and the piece will last longer. Look how cute is the final result. Now let's move on to the next one. I will do the phrase that I love the most about autumn. It's from Oscar Wilde, although the original one says, "And all at once, summer collapsed into fall." But I just think the word autumn is cozier than fall. Now I will apply the remaining pieces, trying to find the ideal place for them. There is actually no ideal place for them, but I just like playing around. After I am done, I will apply the varnish on this one as well to give it a final touch. The vinyl on the final piece is really simple. I think that now you will understand which scent I chose for the candle I will be doing. Pumpkin spice went at the end. This is a scent that I cannot find easily where I live, so I have to order from abroad, which makes it very expensive. Since pumpkin spice is a combination of spice scents and pumpkin, obviously, I am already on the look for a good recipe to be able to make it on my own. When I painted the pot, I tried to leave a space with a more flat surface because it will make it easier for the vinyl to stick. Rough surfaces are much more interesting, but more difficult to work with. Still, that doesn't keep me from trying. I'll just have to have some extra patience to remove the piece of transfer tape. Mission accomplished! Now let's put all the pieces together and see the final result. I am so in love with the results and I cannot wait to apply them at my decor and find them a place in my home. This is the wreath that I did last year, just something simple, inexpensive, and extra special. And there you go, 4 autumnal DIY pieces, handmade by you. If you have a cricket, a little bit of patience and creativity, I encourage you to try. I think this is the perfect way to welcome the season of autumn. Thank you for being with me today, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hello everyone! It's so good to have you back on this very light and sunny autumn day. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nina, and today I am sharing with you a creation of mine. I thought a lot about sharing this new hobby, since I'm not very good at it. I saw a vlog that sparkled my curiosity about making clay pieces and have been curious ever since. I took a small workshop a couple of weeks ago, but that's far from enough for me to dazzle you with my creations. I was scared to film a process that would not unravel a marvelous piece. That the end result was poor and flawed. But then I thought that was foolish of me. My vlogs are meant to inspire you. But the truth is that I realized that I had found wisdom in failed experiences before. For great discoveries are often born from the unpleasantness of setbacks, as you will see in a moment. So I decided to share this with you, despite the outcome, in hopes that gives you courage and trust to do the things you want, but are too scared of the result. Certainly, fear can be paralyzing. It has the insidious ability to immobilize us, to keep us rooted in our comfort zones, and to prevent us from taking those crucial first steps towards our dreams. I have come to understand that there are consequences to every action I take, but that should not keep me from acting if I deeply believe that the outcome has a chance to be positive. This motivates me to choose wisely, to be responsible, and understand the power that I have within me. That is a saying by Ralph Waldo Emerson that truly touched me throughout my young years, a time when I dwelled daily with the fear of judgment. The saying goes, "Do the thing, and you shall have the power." These words crossed me like an arrow, not only because I felt ashamed and frustrated, but because I knew I was capable of more, and the only thing stopping me was fear itself. Too often we let fear dictate our choices. It can be the invisible shackles that hold us back from realizing our full potential. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of the unknown. Fear of disappointment. It's a formidable adversary, isn't it? We fear that our efforts might fall short, that our dreams may crumble in the face of reality. We are haunted by the specter of what if? What if it doesn't work out? What if I'm not good enough? It's easy to be held back by self-doubt and the opinions of others. We hesitate, we procrastinate, and we let precious moments and opportunities slip throughout our fingers. But disappointment carries lessons, resilience, and an opportunity to refine our path. It's an integral part of growth. Each step you take toward your dreams is a step into the unknown. And it's okay to be scared. In fact, it's the fear itself that makes the journey worthwhile. It's the fear that reminds you that you're pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and living life on your own terms. As for the opinions of others, their perceptions, judgments, and expectations are but echoes of their own experiences. They are not the authors of your story. You are. When you allow the fear of what others may think to dictate your choices, you relinquish the pen of your life's narrative. If we think about it, some incredible and remarkable achievements result from failed or flawed experiments. And so many are extremely important today. No one remembers that Fleming ruined an experience by forgetting about it and letting it grow mold. He is remembered from discovering penicillin. So, take a deep breath and summon the courage within you. Feel the pulse of your dreams, the whisper of your passions. Embrace the uncertainty as a companion on your journey. For it's in the unknown that we often discover our true strength. The path of chasing your dreams may not be always smooth, but it is yours to tread. And when you do, you will find that fear of disappointment and the opinion of others will lose their grip. They will become mere ripples in the vast ocean of your potential. It is true that you cannot control the future, but you can control the present, and that dictates the future. So, my dear friends, as you stand at the crossroads of your desires and fears, remember that the power to shape your destiny lies within you. It's the time to take that first step to embrace your passions, to do the things you love, and in doing so, you will find the power you seek. In the end, it's not about the outcome or what others may think. It's about the journey, the growth, and the realization that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So, go out there, follow your heart, chase your dreams, and remember these words. No one is remembered by trying and failing. They are usually remembered by the courage it took them to do it. Like these pumpkins, the path to fulfill your dreams may have a flaw here and there. They are not perfect, but I think I will go with the expression perfectly imperfect. Your life is a canvas, and you hold a brush. Paint it with the colors of your dreams, and watch as your world transforms into a masterpiece. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this vlog gives you some motivation to pursue your inner will. Trust yourself and take the leap. I hope to see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.